Alrighty, here we go. I thought I'd kit myself out in all matchy-matchy with the in-life kit and in-game kit. So, mighty Metropolitan loop, the 20k loop I haven't done yet. That's what we're up to today. Or this morning here. I've been tinkering with my gear, so if I have to get off and fix those, that's what's going on there. Alrighty, so let's check out what's happening on this course. I've chosen this course, it's 20k, so it should only be 35, 45 minutes maybe. And it takes in, what is it, drone or something? It takes in both the new and the old elevated routes. So I'm keen to check them out. And 20k should be enough for this morning. Alrighty. Tons of people on course. Well, 1,400 people logged in. It's not 8,000. But like we've seen in the past. But it seems pretty squished. Alrighty. Craig, I saw your post on, I think it was Twitter. I'm having some interesting power lag here with where my equipment's located. We might switch over to the Asioma meter in a sec. That's having kittens straight away. Alright, okay, so here's what happens. Here we are paired to FEC. Elite FEC, that's what we want. Elite FEC. And I'll move my ant stick closer. I have a lot of stuff going on here, including the Philips Hue lights. So if that's not happy, we'll switch over to the pedals. But it's not flat. I can feel, I've got the trainer set to 100%. I can feel that the terrain kicking in. So it's going to be a bit of fun. Yeah, as long as it's not stuck at 20 watts. Yeah, good call. Can feel the terrain kick in quite a bit. I haven't been on the Elite Direto for a while, so I thought I'd show it a bit of love today. So you can see on the top of the screen, and I'll go full screen for this one, you can see the little dots are other riders. It's super, super busy. It's really only a short course, Central Park. So everyone's really crammed in. It's like Beach Road in Melbourne on a busy day. There's only 1,400. It's going to be very, very busy when there's 3,000, 4,000, 8,000 riders on here. Where are all the tourists? Yeah, there's a few people standing in the bushes that creep me out. There's some people walking there. Alright. Lots and lots of trees and shadows. Like there's a ton of trees and a ton of shadows. That's going to be quite taxing on a lot of systems. Just the graphic detail. Okay. I can feel the resistance kicking in. That's a good thing. Oh, but I did forget to turn my fans on. Ha! Something you only realise about 5 minutes after riding. But we are sorted. There we go. Whoosh. The leaves are turning, Len says in New York, who lives right by. I wonder if they'll introduce seasons. Nothing stopping them from introducing seasons. Nothing 88 says have a wide on. A wide on or a ride on? If you've got the app, you can actually hit ride on and you'll see your name come up on the screen. Wait, okay, I'm waiting. Yeah, look, lots of shadows on here. Is there too many trees? Oh, 1%. There we go. Peter asks about leveling up and XP points. Not sure, mate. Oh, Veronica Mitchich says right on. Thanks, Von. No, look, I have not paid any attention to XP points since topping out for level 25 a couple of years ago. Here we go, we're going up to the new section now. So you can see the map just change up there. Now we'll hit some decent gradients. Oh, and by gradients, damn. Okay, so the Direto is a mid-level or mid-range trainer. That doesn't mean it packs a mid-range punch. I wasn't ready for that. 8%. Oh. Okay. Even my little guy's not out of the saddle yet. He hasn't woken up. So here's all the flying cars. Let's go full screen for a sec and have a look at all what's new. Flying cars. We'll get a few different angles here if I reach out. I've got to ride the Tron bike on New York. It's just fitting, isn't it, to have... Oh, check out the... I haven't seen them do U-turns above me from that angle before. So this is what I said on my video about the grungy side, the traditional New York with flying cars. Patrick's watching from Texas. Awesome. And it's rainy in Texas. 9% gradient. Damn. That's a little better. Okay, kicks out. I'm just cruising today, so don't worry too much about the cadence or the power or anything. Sharky Evil asked what route that I'm doing. I'm doing the mighty Metropolitan, which takes in both the elevated sides of both ends. I still haven't got my head around the entire course. I'd still like a side game though of joining one of those flying cars to take you to other parts of the course. That would be cool. Like just steer off, wait for the next car or tram to come through, throw your bike on. I noticed one of the routes does start on top of one of the hills, so if you want to get some quick Ks easy, you'd be starting there. Alejandro watching from Argentina, welcome. Alright, we've topped out on this, which is good because those little gradients weren't what I was after. Not this early. Oh, it's a lot quieter up here. Am I doing the Asia 120k ride in 25 minutes? Absolutely not. That's a long time in the saddle. Indoors. I'm interested to see what the group ride looks like though, with the translucent roads. Another climb, okay, short effort. Let's get the legs warmed up so everything else feels easy. But having 100 riders, 200 riders, 300 riders on elevated roads would be very interesting. There goes the heart rate. What's he driving? The Drivo. This is the... I think I've got it on screen. Direto. I do. So the Direto is about 12 months old plus now, I think. A little bit over 12 months. It was one of the first mid-range trainers because you had the upper echelon of the kickers, neos, drivos, hammers, up in the stratosphere of pricing for a few. Then down below that were the wheel-on trainers. So it wasn't until the Direto, the Flux, now the cores come into the play, right in that middle range section. But as you can see here, it's, even for a middle range trainer, still packing a punch up those hills. The New York course is modelled on, well, New York, what they think it will be in 100 years in the future. It's a computer game. But e-bikes haven't taken over. Because if this really was 100 years in the future, I'm sure everyone would be scooting around pressing a button. Tactical Z, good morning or good evening. Thoughts on the Elite Volano trainer? Is it similar to a Direto? I don't know, I'm sorry. I'm not familiar with the Volano. Elite have a lot in the range. Oh, I'm working up a sweat already. And some downhill. Some welcome downhill. Ronan loves the channel. Thanks, mate. I appreciate it. I just enjoy sharing out what I do on the bike. Been doing this for more years than YouTube has been around. Racing, blogging, then social media came along. And then it just got sort of more and more busy with posting things, what I'm up to. I love buying new tech. I like seeing what's new. Oh, what training effect these trainers have on my legs at 350 watts. And yeah, Maven took me down to the camera store one day and just said, buy yourself this camera and start uploading. So here we are. The Direto is plug-in, requires a power. Lots of love coming through in the comments. I really appreciate that. It's definitely not a one-way thing. I'm not writing for me, I'm writing to watch the comments. This is one way I get real-time interaction with people who view, rather than just upload a video and read the comments later on. So no, I do appreciate it. Jared's having problems with his bottom bracket. Go see a really good bike store. You can get rid of creaks. There are certain bottom brackets you can buy that fit your specific bike because there's little tiny tolerances. Check out Hambini and his work with bearings and bottom brackets and stopping creaking bottom brackets. So Hambini, Hambini, I believe. Usually I just click the links. But he is brilliant when it comes to all things creaking and bearings. So life's too short for a creaky bike. I've been there. All right, we're still above Central Park here on the new section. We're heading up to the, I think it's the south. Yeah, it's the south side. I've got it here on the map. You can see If I go to the phone here, we're riding down south. Whoa, watch those jets catch up. I've even coloured the towel that I have, so everything's kosher. Are they pushing a bit too much with the glass? Right, they had to do something. The alternative for New York would be to do the subway. No one wants to ride underground. I think this allows Zwift to dip their toes into a bit of gamification. Jared on his bottom bracket, is threaded the way to go? Yeah, let's hope threaded is the future. Threaded bottom brackets were the past. Let's hope they also are the future. They probably won't be. Oh, gradient. But a good bike store, jump on Google, jump on Hambini's channel, do a bit of research. It might take a bit of time to figure out exactly what's going on and what you need, but time well spent. The 8.6 degrees is outside here. That's pulling in from a... Speaking of bike maintenance, I'm lacking in mine. Yeah, I'm pulling that 8.6 degrees from outside, just a weather station. That's, oh, here we go, the hills are coming. The way I do all this streaming is within OBS, Open Broadcasting, which is a open source. Oh, have a look at all the people on the hill. Runner! Oh, yeah, 13%, bam. Okay, so that's 3 minutes. Okay, we're going to be here for 6. It's the March of the Dead. Have a look at this. Everyone's just like, oh, no, another hill. Damn. And if you look at the kilometre count along the side there. Oh, I won't go get my finger in shot. Everyone's really early on in their rides. 8Ks. Oh, 44Ks. That's a good effort. 8Ks, 2Ks. So everyone's on here checking out the stuff. How accurate is a dummy trainer? Hang on, let me get my head around this up a hill. Dennis asks, how accurate is the power wattage with the dummy trainer unlisted with the Wahoo speed and cadence sensor on Zwift? It really depends, mate. It can be close, likely never really accurate, should be repeatable. If you're going to be racing or really training hard, grab yourself a power meter. But to get rolling, to train as an incentive just to get on and do more, they're fine, absolutely fine. All right, so it's going to take me, see, I guess have a bit of a look at the loop here. So this is just one loop. There's a lot of intersections. One here. So it's going to take me, just looking at the course here, if we zoom in, I'm going to be heading around that loop anti-clockwise. Johnny bought himself a Snap about a month ago enjoying Zwift, but do I need to calibrate every ride being a wheel on? If you have a power meter on the bike, no, because you bypass that power meter on the Snap itself. But if you're taking your bike on and off, if you're pumping your tire up with different pressures, yeah, you kind of do for accuracy. But if you just want to get on and ride, like I'm doing now, not really looking at my watts, just kicking into the hills, suffering a little bit too early in the morning, you really don't need a calibration. If you're going to race or be part of a group ride or do a workout that you want to measure yourself with, yeah, sure, you have to do that. That's the trade-off with going the cheaper models. A little bit more work. They still have their place though, for sure. Which course am I doing? Asked DC Mega Man. This is New York Metropolitan, Mighty Metropolitan. Thanks to the title of my video that I've got up over here. I would have forgotten otherwise. Jordan asked, what are my positive initial impressions of New York? That's a baited question. You're asking me to be positive? No, look, I'll just give my review positive or negative. We all love new roads, for sure. This doesn't change the experience though. And I've mentioned this on the Zwiftcast 56, which was just published a couple of hours ago. We have a big discussion about New York. Zwiftcast.com, or on search for it on iTunes, etc. if you're looking for that. I think the longer Zwift is around, the harder it's going to be to please people who have been around a long time, which is me. 3 years, 4 years on Zwift. A trainer will do resistance or not, but as I was discussing in my other live stream, I'd love something random, something like where we can turn the bike onto the run path and be chased down by runners. Maybe they can fling paper at us or fling something at us to get us off the path, and that hits us with erg mode at 900 watts. Or have the blue guys come back and enforce maybe speed restrictions, or have dogs come out and chase us, so we have to, you know, real world stuff. Get away from the dogs. Something. This is Nathan Guerra said on the Zwiftcast. I jumped on, enjoyed the new visuals, which are great. They're fantastic visuals. But you're still Zwifting. What is Zwifting? What's the next level of Zwifting? Where can I take it? There's a lot of work to be done in the workout, the training plans, data analysis, more than just going up and down roads. So, not to be too negative on it, I've just been around a long time. And I've become old man yells at cloud. But you can see the numbers of people on there, even on the hill. Everyone's enjoying it. Press cam 4, can do. Whop. There's our cam 4. Braking, crashes, turning, yeah, absolutely, everything. Everything. I mean, that's coming, but I want it yesterday. I'm impatient. What makes it harder and harder for them to do things like that is the scale. Oh yeah, that now you can see the 15%. Who was it told me? Sharky Evil. Mate, that username, spot on. Show everyone the 15%. Oh. Yeah, so back on, whilst we're at 13% and 300 watts, the more the user base grows, the harder it is to distribute maybe beta features, maybe steering, maybe AMP plus FVC standards. It gets harder and harder as the user base grows. That's just software distribution though. Oh, speaking of which, what is real is the sweat that's coming off me right now. This is a practice of focus for me to try and ride hills and answer questions, but I do like it. I am in the future. It's currently 9:48 AM on a Saturday morning. If anybody wants to know the lotto numbers, let me know. Alrighty, okay, we're at the top now. You can see, we go full screen, you can see up there, top right hand. It's only a little map profile, but I've completed the hill here. Awesome. Another camera angle. I didn't know 7 gives us the TV view, which is pretty cool. Flying cop cars. Is it Dallas Corbett? Dallas, what's his name from Fifth Element? Someone will know. They need Lilu. Mila Jovovich, that's the one. Can we coast? Yes, we can. This time for a drink. Aero Tuck Airfare. No, rightio. So we'll hit the ground level in a sec. We'll go check that out. Okay, so that's back to where I was before. You can see there on the map. Give me some thumbs up. Oh, if you haven't seen that functionality, if you're just riding solo, I've done a video on this, but it changes based on the release cycles of Zwift and what they try. But I've got the circle around me at the moment. Oh, we're going back to above the Met, are we? Okay. We'll get to 20Ks, and if we haven't hit the ground level yet, we'll do a little bit more riding in the trees and things. You can see that circle around me. If I hit that on the screen, it'll give random thumbs up to 4 or 5 people in the vicinity. Rufus asks, how do you calibrate cadence on Zwift? Mine is always higher than in real life. That's a good question. Cadence doesn't need calibration. The reason being cadence is super easy. It's just one revolution is one cadence, that's it. Like a heart rate. Heart rates don't need calibration because it's just heart rate. It's as simple as that. There's nothing to really compare against. So what you'll be looking for there is the accuracy of the cadence sensor that you have. Some of the trainers, such as this one here, the Direto, the Neo does the same. They'll estimate your cadence based on how hard you're pushing on the pedal. So every pedal stroke is, force, 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 and they'll look at the differences between those and estimate one cadent. Is it a cadent? I'm making up words. So if you're having trouble with your cadence sensor, if it's an estimated one such as coming from the trainer, just grab yourself a cadence sensor for your cranks, stick it on. The Wahoo ones come with a little sticky patch. You just whack them on, you're done. And they're accelerometer based. Please remember to like this video, it helps the YouTube algorithm. Thank you, Miguel. Absolutely it does. Yeah, the YouTube algorithm. What that is when you upload a video or publish anything to YouTube, there's an algorithm in the background that checks out who's viewing, from where, for how long, are they clicking next on the ads, do you get thumbs up, thumbs down, do you comment, interaction, all that's combined into this magic black box that they can sort of tell the popularity or the interest in a video, and if you get a lot of likes, it goes up, or a lot of thumbs downs and people aren't watching, they'll just they'll sync the video or the channel. That's just how it is. It's still very much an unknown. Oh, some dude's waving. Hey! Can we get a wave back? What, junkie? There we go. Or are we just back patting? I better not touch someone's ass, that could be inappropriate. Push, push. Well. Yes, next Saturday, ride to Aylesford. I've got to get a few more Ks under the belt for that, for sure. What are we doing? 146 Ks outdoors. How do I like the Garmin Edge 1030 as a primary device? I don't usually have a primary device. I pull off the shelf whatever I need at the time. But the Edge 1030, I gave it a year with firmware updates and things. It's been fine. Absolutely fine. Aha! Joseph just bought himself a second-hand Kicker 17 today. Good pickup. Good pickup. How much did you get it cheaper than retail? I'm keen. I keep an eye across the second-hand Kicker market. I, at one time, owned 5 Kickers, I think, because people who bought them and didn't like it would sell them cheap. I'd buy them and just refurb them and sell them on or hire them out. It was good. I've seen Kickers here go for I think under $750 Australian, which is, what's that, $550 US or so? Yeah, I think so. $915 US. Okay, and it was a 17, so it was compatible with the climb. That's a good pickup. Any chance I'll review the human or now defunct beer? I pretty much won't look at any defunct technology. Unless it's really cool and may go somewhere else, but anything that's like not for sale or debunked or not a solution others can use or even I can use, not really. But anything that comes my way that I'm genuinely interested in, sure, there's always a possibility. I get 3, 4, 5 emails a day from companies wanting me to well, they want access to the channel, effectively. Because that's how traditional media works. It's not how I work, though. So we'll keep it to... Simon Tack says, go Shane. Okay, I'll go, let's go. Yeah, the things that I cover is what I'm generally interested in because it's so easy to talk about and so easy to go live stream, answering questions. If someone was to come to me with the technology or something that I didn't believe in or simply doesn't work, I can't go on a live stream and talk about it because... Yeah, anyhow, that's a difference. I mean, that's what YouTube allows us to do these days. Ice rink, okay. I think we're going ground level. We've been up here for quite a bit. Nutrition, case in point, that's all I'll say. Not my area. If I was to do anything on nutrition or food on the bike, it has to be purely from my own experience. That's it. I can't, and I won't grab a new bar off the shelf that does this or that or has this or has that I either haven't used in a race or that hasn't got any sort of relevance to what I do. So, I mean, there's tons of stuff out there on the internet for that. Absolutely. But, I mean, as you know, my passion here is bikes, technology, breaking things, not breaking things. And if something comes along that works, you'll know about it for sure. I keep saying this. I keep pulling off my bike and showing people. That radar outdoors. I didn't believe it when version 1, didn't like it, it was ugly. I didn't believe it did what it did. That thing, that's changed my riding. For where I ride, which is big, long, open roads. So, I think that came through in the video. But it's not only me, it's everybody else as well. Everybody else has, 9% gradients. Everyone now has a platform for reviews, comments, feedback. So if that radar really didn't change the world for me, or for anyone else, you'd know about it. Oh, we've dropped off the tunes. There we go. We'll get back on loop. Some tunes happening. Okay. So we're back on ground level, 16 k's in, 33 minutes. I promised Von I'd be off soon. Cramming in 45 minutes. That's, I think, every indoor session, the average that people do is about 45 minutes. Just cram it in, get it done, get on about your day. But having a chat here with everyone makes the time go so much faster. Oh, I can feel those rollers kick in. Now again, at the top there, you can see the map, but also the profile. So it's really not that flat. And at these speeds where I'm not putting a lot of pressure on the pedals, you fly down the hills, whoosh, into the gradients coming up. Alrighty, 194 people watching. That's awesome. Thanks so much for dropping by. I would never have thought 7, 8, 10, 15 years ago that my indoor training sessions would have near on 200 people coming along for the ride. That's phenomenal. Janet says, have a great weekend. Have a great weekend too, Janet, wherever you are. Hope the weather's nice. If it's not nice, we've got this. Tons of people out on course. Drink more, drink more. We need reminders to drink more. What Junkie? Can we have another high five round with What Junkie? All those little tiny things like that take us away from what we're actually doing, which is working out indoors, pressing on the pedals, which to be honest isn't in itself the most exciting thing, but if we're having high five offs and watching flying cars instead, that's the escapism a lot of us need. I've loaded up some Coach Troy videos. Does anybody remember Coach Troy spinnables? I'm really thinking about doing a retro review of Coach Troy. If anyone has their favourite spinnables, let me know which one. There we go, get some tunes back. Sorry, I should be more organised with the tunes. Ringing the bell. I'm not sure I've got the volume turned up too loud on the game, but you can ring the bell there as you go past people. Alrighty. Yeah, it's raining today here. Question is, do I have the rain radar app? No, I don't. This is my the streaming phone. Downhills, yes. So if you're not familiar with an interactive trainer, they change resistance for you, so we've got to change through the gears to simulate the hills that we're seeing. And just then I was looking at my phone doing something else, and the resistance let go. It was just downhill. Yeah, that just wasn't possible without this new tech that we're using. Just breaks it up a little bit as well. Just like outside, I think most rides outside are 20%, 25% coasting. Indoors, a lot of the times you just won't coast at all. So having that a little bit less pressure on the pedals is a welcome relief. And what happens is people ride for longer, rather than just getting on for half an hour and being slaughtered. What am I, 37 minutes? Yeah, just cruising. You can just jump on and go for a ride. Peter asks, are you going to do any trainer road plans for getting into shape for summer? No, but I am using, let's have a look on the mobile app here, because we can do that. Where are we? Trainer road. I'm using the calendaring and scheduling. It's awesome. I love it. I won't be logging in live, so we'll do that another day. I have to log in on this phone. But the calendaring stuff is fantastic. It allows you to set rides in the future. Von and I didn't do the ride to work day. I went out and did another 50 Ks elsewhere, and it knew that I did that instead and replaced that. So I can just track my TSS and my fitness. And that motivated me the other day, because it's post-ride analytics, to get my highest TSS for the whole year. So I'm like, oh, I'll go out and do another 50 Ks, or I'll go out and do another loop, or I'll do an extra ride today. So tracking stuff, yeah, it just got me back. I've done that for years with Training Peaks, for years and years and years. Tracking all the metrics and my power numbers and everything. It gets a bit too much, but to have it simplified, much better. Strava have it as well, but it's sort of hidden away on Strava. Alrighty, here we go up to the finish. What are we on 30 now? We'll go through till 45 minutes. So if you've got any questions, fire away. Oh, 8%. And see if you don't change gears. 26 RPM. There we go. Whoosh. Okay, we're good. We're good. 20 Ks, there we go. So there's the loop. That was the mighty Metropolitan. Was it 20 Ks in just under 40 minutes? That'd pretty be... just thinking, would it be a good time trial course? If you were TTing outdoors and had a course similar to that, sure. It's a nice little goal. Lots of ups and downs. There's nowhere to get into a rhythm though. My best ever 20-minute power, 385, I think. I was better at 5 and 10s. I think Metropolitan was my best 10 minute or 9 minute 48 at 4:23, 4:27. It doesn't mean much though without my weight, but not the numbers I'm hitting these days. Any idea when Zwift will be released for Android? It's already out in beta for Android. I'm not sure if there's still sign-ups or anything. Have a look at the numbers of people there. There's little white dots on the screen. There's a lot of people around. In the next intersection, if we get there, we'll hang a turn. There you go, there's my thumbs up. So I hit the thumbs up there, you can see them up the road. Cool. Fonz asks, why am I riding the Direto when I have a kicker and a Tax Neo? I've also got a hammer, a H2, a core, a kicker 1, 2, 3, snap, a ramper, a flux, a flow. I have them all. I spread the love. So I hadn't ridden the Direto for a while, so I thought I'd pull that out, brand this live streaming the Direto. So if somebody has a Direto or wants to know what it's about, they can jump on, quickly identify that I'm in elite stuff, and see me suffer up the hills. So if they want to know if it packs a punch up the hills, it does. Teabags asked what my trainer count is. I have lost count. It's a sort of, I was going to say a swinging door. Let's make a rotating door. Some come in, some go back. I think peak trainer was 25. I haven't counted in a year. I don't want to know. But I keep a library. Somebody asked the other day on Reddit, do my trainers, do I keep them or do they go back or what? Well, they're not mine. I'll hang on to them as long as I can for feature releases or firmware updates. We saw with the Tax Neo, after a year they released the new firmware about the road rumble feel. I'm trying to think of anything else that's come along. The hammer has had firmware updates, so the experience can change with older hardware. So if I can hang on to the trainer, I'll request the company if I can loan it, borrow it, house it for the life of the trainer itself. So if customer support issues come through that I'm just happen to be riding, let's just say somebody said, oh look, I was riding up the Manhattan Madness Metropolitan Mighty today on the Direto and it did this. I was using FEC or Bluetooth, rah. I can replicate those. So it's really handy to have a little lab. I've seen the same. Zwift have the same, a library of trainers for them to check out and test. Trainer Roads was very impressive at their headquarters there in Reno. They do the same. I mean, they need to because their programs rely on this. Mine's just for my own inquisitiveness and being able to answer questions for people. In my TT days, did I ever use a rear bottle cage? No, never. I think the longest TT I did was 75 Ks, team time trial. That was over pretty quick. So no, I never mounted anyone. A lot of the tri-saddles actually have the mounting systems you can buy aftermarket. I know the Specialized saddle that I had, the Satiro, has the little bracket that goes on the back. Ice rink. Okay, let's try and do a turn here. This new turning system sort of catches me by surprise. You've got to press and then, here we go, baseball fields. Cool, okay, well now we're off track. Let's go have a look at this, something different. Where are the tourists on rental bikes? Yeah, see, that'd be cool. The runners have their own course, which I did the speed run through yesterday. What's the time? Okay, I'm going to push this an extra 5. So if you've got any questions, fire away. Baseball fields. Or if you have your companion app, jump it open on your phone. If you give me a ride on with the companion app, oh, not rooftops. Can we go elsewhere? Sprint Arch, excellent. You pull out your app and just give me a ride on, your name will come up on screen. In regards to the new directional thing, we spoke about that on the Zwift cast as well. I still don't. You've really got to have your eyes up on the maps to know where the next turn is and what options are there. Where are the homeless and muggers? See, gamify that. Look, see all those people standing in the bushes there? Is that not creepy? I think it's a bit creepy. Is the climb worth it? Asks Eric. Sure. If that's what you're after. That'd have to be is that Scotty Weiss? Scotty Weiss and Katrina Weiss. Haha, I spotted the jersey. Haha. Let's see if we get them right on. Here we go. Right ons everywhere. Yeah, look, if you're indoors a lot, especially during the winter months, if you love the immersion of it all, if you've got yourself set up with a big screen, a good fan, a desk, and you're spending an hour a day, maybe more, for sure, go nuts. It's like someone who owns a yacht. Is a yacht valuable to them? Absolutely. A few $1 million worth for that yacht. If they're a yachter, if they're sailing, for me, the yacht doesn't have any value. So grab yourself the new Kicker yacht. No, Kicker Climb. It's the same with any tech. If you're going to use it, go buy it. I had the same question about different cameras to use for the YouTube channel. I use that little tiny point and shoot one, which is great. I hung off for ages buying a new camera. And I thought, you know what? We'll just go get it, buy it, and use it. And a purchase isn't ever like, that's it. Like, you're not going to spend the money and go, damn it, there goes all that money wasted. Because if you buy new tech and you don't like it, you'll take a small hit, but you'll get a bit back too selling it, for sure. Tayab asks about Ruby. I'm waiting for access to the new beta. This is hilarious. Riding along with the Katrina and Scotty Weiss here. Last time I met these guys in person, we were in London. And all three of us jumped on the bus, went and checked out London Bridge, and a few key features of the Zwift London course with these guys in person. So it is just mind-blowing to be here. We're all on Tron bikes too. With these guys, like virtually. That's cool. Let's get a photo of that. Oh, I haven't taken a photo with this camera. Thanks, iOS security settings. Okay, so what I'm going to do is flip to that camera. You can see it changing there with the three of us. I'll gear back. Bam. That's the little things. Now we attack. Alrighty, so let me just jump over to the chat here before we wrap up. The chat will load in 3, 2. Oh, I broke the chat. There we go. It's just going to cache everything for a sec. Elite Direto, how much? I just saw that question pop past. Depends on your local currency, so just jump onto Google, type in Elite Direto Smart Trainer, it'll pop up locally. Best trainer for $400. My copy trainer I no longer use, hit me up. $400 secondhand. The secondhand trainer market is still pretty good. As I said before, if you're going to buy tech and you don't like it, you can sell it on and still recoup quite a bit of money. Tommy Toto, Vertigo is better than Zwift. Cool. What I do like is there's competition these days. There is competition out there. It's keeping everyone on their toes. Without competition, we'd be in the same place. Zach says, g'day Zach. Can I pass the bridges? What do you mean, over or under? It's all sort of 3D. I'm going to be turning in a sec. Tommy's having a bit of fun on there. Good to see you, Tommy. Just remember, Anything quotes there, anything in chat, be it positive or negative, actually helps the channel, so I do appreciate that. What's my favourite trainer with the accuracy model? Do you think the crank power meter is necessary? Asks Charles. Good question. Look at the higher end. There's only small changes between them all, really. They're all pretty accurate. Well, I guess the Direto 2, or sorry, the Drivo 2. The Drivo 2 is what, 0.05? When you're around 2%, that's all we really need. 1.5 to 2%, power problem solved. That's 4 watts at 200. That's nothing. So I think the choice now is, you know, what can you find for a good deal, and who's going to look after you locally, after sales support, and things like that. That's very, very important. Phoenix 5 or 935, asked Tommy. Good question. I'm using the 935 at the moment. The 935 this year was number 1 at Kona on both bike and run legs. Took over from the 920 XT. So for price and features and function, I think the 935 is the way to go. Phoenix 5 is next level. If you've got the money for the Phoenix 5, that's next level for what you, if you want the best of the best. Kicker 18 or Kicker Core, is it worth the extra? Asks Andy H. Very good question. The Core is a damn good deal and a damn good trainer for the price. It really sits here in the middle zone that we saw the Direto really dominate last year. As for the ride feel of the both, very similar. I really can't, when switching between the two, really can't tell that much difference with the bigger flywheel. Obviously it's there, it's physically heavier, but the Kicker itself's been great for a while. Hang on, where am I? Let me flip back to here. 9%. That snuck up on me. Speaking of interactive trainers. So Kicker Core, look, depends on budget. Everyone's different with the money they can put aside for trainers and fitness equipment. If buying the Core allows you to buy another wheel, a better bike, more gels to get through your sessions, go the Core. Do you have a cassette? Good question. Biltong or Billabong? No idea. Billabong was a surf brand around here, wasn't it? SRAM ETAP. Have I heard faults with batteries snapping? No. Speaking of yachts and expensive things, ETAP's not on my radar. Mechanical Durace on this one still. Bernie asks, is there anywhere where I recommend you'd sell your trainer, bike and mat? Bernie, are you hanging it up? Don't hang it up. Hopefully you've just upgraded. A good place to sell stuff online are Facebook groups. Here in Victoria, Australia, Buy Swap Sell Road Cycling Victoria, or expanding out a little bit, Buy Swap Sell Triathlon. All the same, they still ride bikes. Always good places there on Facebook. Again, your mileage may vary, but it's not quite getting murdered on Craigslist. Have we busted it? We've gone way over. Shh. See how many Ks we can get. I'll be wrapping up shortly. Alrighty. Bernie used Craigslist once, it nearly killed him. Tommy asks about the Garmin Edge 820. Should he upgrade to the 1030? Is the touchscreen still piss poor? Good terminology. I find the touchscreen on the 1030 a lot better than the 820 because it's bigger. You're not like pinpointing and moving a little bit. You can actually touch the screen and move around. It's been fine for my use so far. Oh, ETAP batteries are a nightmare. Oh, okay. That's interesting information. I mean, this is why I run live streams and have my ear to the ground with what everyone else is doing, because there's only a certain amount of hours in the day and a certain amount of dollars in my account to go things like ETAP and all that tech. Interesting. I'll keep an eye on that one. How am I not dripping in sweat? 1, 2 fans, and the camera's not showing it. All right, we'll go 28Ks, 200 meters to go. I'm thinking of another Lama drives today because we have to get in the car and go somewhere. So if anyone has any questions or topics for Lama drives, fire away. And I'll put them on the list. Otherwise, you'll just get Von and I bantering. There we go. God of Speed says that I should do group rides every week for sure. Look, what I'd like to do is have the ability to do group rides, but on my schedule. Not at the moment. You've got to go through Zwift, schedule a ride. They control every part of it, how long it goes for. I want full control of that. So if I ever have the ability to start a group ride and people can click a link and join me, I'll do that, and then we'll see what works from there, and then we'll work out which time works across the world. But as for now, like scheduling something in, I could be anywhere. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. It would be handy to take full control of that. And I've said this for a while, have Zwift create the reality and the platform and let everyone else just plug into that. Just like the local councils and the local governments build the roads and build the infrastructure outside, and then other bodies come in and run races on it or do things like that. So that's what I'm hoping we'll go with this virtual reality stuff, just to allow people to spin up their own games or own events and then have full control of that. As what I've done right here. I mean, I've tagged this all elites up because I'm on the elite trainer today, and on the kit, just made it all matchy-matchy. Zwift weren't involved in any of that. Well, elite weren't involved either, but I've done it to make it all look nice. So, yeah, that's what I like, that full control. So when events come along like that, hang on, let's get some more thumbs ups from him. Yeah, hopefully events can come along soon like that and allow us to some more freedom. And that way I can advertise rides and we can all just hang out and do new rides like this. Dang, man, I just typed up a few conversations here. Was there a dinosaur? Was there a dinosaur? Or is Ian Anderson trolling us? I think he might be trolling. Alright, are the magpies still attacking? They are. They are. And I'm going to join with for Run in the Park one day for the runs. Oh, a bunch! Jesus! I just got mowed down by that bunch. Yeah, if I get a treadmill. It's someone took it and hasn't got it back. Any info on the Flux S? No, not yet. The Flux S and the Flux 2, keen to get a hold of those because we all know my history with the original Flux. I'm on Flux 3 now that I haven't broken. So let's grab those and really rip their heads off. People are saying, oh, I'm holding out for the Flux 2, I'm going to buy one of those. And even my reply to that is, we haven't seen it yet. So I'll still look for reviews on that if I don't get a hold of one. I heard Roger Federer has become a Zwift ambassador. All these tennis games dropping back. I mean, he's a legend. Look, they're the facts. Roger Federer's been beaten the last couple of games, hasn't he? So, I mean, his wins can't be taken away from him. He's definitely a legend, but he can't be at the top always. And will he be a Zwift ambassador? No idea. Do I have motors rigged up to my pedals? I can't say. Absolutely. Absolutely. I run motors and cheats and weight. No, I don't. I just ride my bike. Normal cleats. These are the Asiama Duos I got on, but no motors. Alrighty, we'll leave it there for today. I've got to run. We'll be doing Lama drives later on. Assuming we can get all the cameras and stuff rigged up for that and batteries. So thanks for everyone for coming along. 187 viewers. We peaked out at just over 200 viewers of the ride through the mighty Metropolitan course on the Elite Direto. First ride on the Direto for a couple of weeks, I think. I was last doing some erg testing a while back, so I thought I'd pull it off the shelf, have a bit of a crack and see how it goes up those hills. It was really kicking me in the ass, as you saw early on, way too early, but now I'm warmed up, we could go do another lap. But I'm out of time. Thanks for coming along, everyone. We shall see you next time, and for now, clip in, and if you're thinking about going and buying some new tech, do it. Pull out the credit card, go buy it, and enjoy. Alright, see you soon.